going rushing up.
Hey guys, FinsGraphics here, and because this intro was so short, I figured for all those who are interested, I might as well do a kind of rundown of how I created the intro, kind of what aspects of softwares and stuff like that are involved. So yeah, let's do that real quick. So basically for this first little bit here where you see the circle come open, that's just a transition, obviously, where it just kind of opens up. And then this guy here, how he moves his arms like this. This is actually a animation rig in a software called Anime Studio. And basically all you have to do is just kind of create your rig, which is like this Minecraft character, like you see here with arms and a head and stuff like that. And then just have him kind of like with his legs sticking out and his arms sticking out. And then you can create bones to move them. And then the axe and sword are just separate objects, and you can just use the bone to just kind of bend the object. And same thing with the face. It's just kind of a mask on a face that has a little bit of head above it, right here, so that that mask just kind of moves up and down. So it looks like he moves his head up, and his mouth just kind of gets bigger, and his legs move a little bit. And then I added just kind of a shadow with the Final Cut Pro effects over here. There's this drop shadow effect, which basically just adds that drop shadow to it. So yeah, that's how I did that part, and then for the next one, which is basically just a big flash here, that's just a transition as well, and then it goes into this big glow, which is just a plugin in After Effects, actually, that just kind of adds these glows and stuff like that. And then for the next scene here where the axes come in, it's just the same thing, but actually in Final Cut Pro, there's a feature where you can animate objects, so you just use the little transform tool button right here, and it brings up this little window, and you can use these add point tool to actually animate the object. So each of these points is just kind of like a animation point, and then you just make a new point, move the object to where you want it to go to in the end, and then it makes a smooth motion throughout that time in the timeline. And yeah, just kind of like anything you do in Flash or anything like that, but in Final Cut Pro. So yeah, that works pretty good, and the axes just kind of come in like this, and then the sword does the same thing. It just slowly animates itself in. That's this one here, the sword. Just that path slowly comes in and down and stops right there. Another just glow flash. And then that's the same thing with the Canada leaf. It just kind of comes in. From the back there, just kind of scales up and comes in. And then for the ending here, I actually made an alternate ending because BajanCanadian asked. He wanted it to be a whole bunch of food that falls down. So basically just the same thing, a whole bunch of food layers here of all different kinds of food, but that they just kind of fall down. And then it kind of looks something like so. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of the whole intro. That's how I made it. And yeah, if you want to do something similar to this, just kind of follow this kind of tutorial, make a little rig, make a little animation, do some motion, and you got a pretty cool intro. So yeah, hope you guys learned something from this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!